Here's a quick look at our take on the market after the close on January the 20th, 2009. We're right now taking a look at the market profiles that were formed over this past week. And um, every day, of course, has a lettered market profile and a volume profile. Here's the lettered market profile from today, and of course, its corresponding market or volume profile. Um, Yesterday we had a very short day. It was just 2 hours of trading, and that's what occurred yesterday. This is Friday's volume and market profile, and this was last Thursday's volume and market profile. At the close of business last week, we really did feel that the market was in an uptrend, or at least on a swing basis, not a bull market, but on a swing basis that could last anywhere from a day or two to perhaps even a week or more. And this was the significant day here where we had a test lower and a close higher. We were expecting continuation. We got that overnight. We had the dip a little bit on Friday, but a positive close, and we're expecting the market to continue higher. Overnight, Sunday going into Monday, it did. But when Monday came in, we knew that there was a barrier in the 860 area. And of course, the market briefly tested above that when it traded overnight on Sunday, but could not follow through on Monday. The overnight trade here, which started late Monday because of the holiday on Monday, and really kind of went sideways really from what the market had done during the regular trading hours here on Monday. The market opened right here today and had a good sell-off. And when we take a look at the structure of this profile, we have a good rejection off of the highs, a nice follow through lower, and we've also exceeded the low that was formed, which was a fairly significant low on what I would consider to be quite an important day last Thursday. And so now that we have closed below that, the sentiment has really turned from more of a potential up move or a consolidation into more of a down auction. And so we're taking a look at moving with preference on the short side. Of course, we had that during the day today, which I will get into in just a moment, but we certainly did have some clues today as far as getting in on the short side due to the fact that the sellers were definitely in control of the market basically right from the get-go. And so when we have the indication that we've got the likelihood of a continuation up, but then we have a structure that comes in as it did today, and as you can see here, these red shaded areas that you see right here is one of the additions we made on the software. And when one of these areas comes in and the market continues below very, very quickly, they become good reference areas. And not only good reference areas, but good determining factors in the bias in the market. This balance area also, it was a shaded red area, which is bearish, and also one of our balance areas here with the market continuing to move lower. And as a matter of fact, the low of that balance area is right here, which continued to act as a good resistance for basically the rest of the day. And so even though we were still had an upward bias going into the day, very early in the trading session, within the first half hour or so, we knew that the sellers were taking pretty strong control, and we had a good structural framework in which to identify likely areas of where that selling pressure would continue to act through the rest of the day as resistance. So what ended up by happening is we had several trades today, and our first trade of the day was actually a short trade. It was entered right in here. And then we had a long trade entered just after it, and both of these trades worked out great. We were able to reach our first two objectives very quickly, and making 2.5 points on our final partial position on the first trade and 2 3/4 points on the final partial position for the second trade. As the market dipped down here, we tried an aggressive trade, did not work out. We were stopped out on that long trade. But then our next trade, actually the next 3 trades that we had were all short trades, and we ended up getting short right here, and then short right here. So we had three nice winning trades to finish the day. As a matter of fact, the one trade there that we were able to get into, one of them not only hit our first two objectives, but we were able to take out 4 3/4 points on our final position on that trade, and just using our software here to help us manage it. So we ended up with 6 trades today, and 5 of them made our first two objectives, and actually all of them made more than what our second objective is, which is 1.5 points on the final partial. And we were stopped out on one trade. So we had a very profitable day today, even though the direction of the market we thought was more likely to go up than down going into the day. But because of the structure that had formed during the day, we were able to utilize that day time frame structure and place some winning trades where we were actually ended up by trading with the direction of that bias. Of the 6 trades we made today, 4 of them were short, 2 of them were long, and of course one of the longs was one of the trades that we got stopped out on. So even though we have this bias going into each day and so forth, we're able to make adjustments on that because our trade types really do define the current auction process. And as it's turning or changing, as it did with the heads up that we had early in the session here, we were able to get in on some trades that ended up by being in sync with the daytime direction of the market. Now, as the market unfolded today, taking out last week's low and showing some very good bearishness, that would be is what actually ended up by switching our intraday bias from either up or consolidation to actually down, which is what our bias is right now. So if you have any questions in regards to any of these trades that we take or how we define the market's movements, our name is E-mini Day Trader, and we look forward to hearing from you if you've got any questions or comments. Thanks for taking the time to view this video.